I wrote this down in news that will be very disappointing to you, Kyle, and it's a shock to everyone. Unfortunately, in an unforeseen way, no one could have predicted, NASA has had to delay the lunar mission for another few years.
Are they still on schedule for no sooner than 2025?
Well, I think now they're
we're in a fucking race with China, by the way.
Well,
China's going to go back to go to the moon before us.
This is spacenews.com. They know. It says NASA safety panel warns Starship lunar lander could be delayed by years. Fiddlesticks. Oh, and it was so close, right?
If the Chinese walk on the moon, it is going to be a bit of a black eye, and it's going to be a bit of a
Huge
realization. I don't know if you've seen like China's recent air show, but they showed off a ton of like futuristic looking stuff that supposedly works. But it's one of those things again where none of it's ever been proven in battle, and you wonder like, is that just you ever see like a someone takes like a Honda Civic and makes it look like a Supra or something, or makes it look like a Lambo because it's got a body kit on it, and this $6,000 car looks like a $150,000 car suddenly. I wonder if that's what some of their gear is like. But if they land on the moon and a guy gets out and he walks around and he comes back to the Earth, that is an incredibly complicated stage of multiple sciences being coordinated in an orchestra of competence. And it would be a bad look if they can make it happen. Just a spacesuit. Designing a spacesuit is this is incredibly difficult thing. There's this weird aggregate on the moon, like the moon dust is like abrasive, like powdered glass or something. It gets everywhere. It's static. I don't know what the word is for when static affects something, but static electricity makes it bond to everything on them. It gets in their zippers and in their creases, and it scratches all the lenses that everything that can like rub against another thing.
Yeah,
This
well, the moon is
incredibly
everyone knows.
Yeah, we don't have a spacesuit right now for the moon.
We surely do. We had one in 1969.
That it's not compatible with modern technology. That's no more. We do not have.
It's humiliating to not be able to go back right now. This should be a weekend excursion at this point. It's been fucking 50 years.
Getting there is no problem. It's the landing, taking off, and like walking around.
That's such a part of going.
I'm aware.
That's such a huge part of it. Like that, and the fact that they're like, "Hey, did you know that we basically did this with rubber band and a cassette tape in 1969, and now we can't."
It just makes you realize the balls of guys like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin that they went up there with that 1960s horse shit and did all that. To me, the scariest part.
Balls.
Yeah, there's still people who are ballsy. Dude, the moon landing is one conspiracy that I refuse to go down that rabbit hole. I refuse.
Yeah,
if it is fake, I will never.
You can
buy
see it with a
it.
telescope.
It is an incredible thing, and it's 100% real.
I can name a dozen paramotor friends who would go to the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, I go.
Lack of ballsiness is not the thing.
But see, it's almost that that thing you were talking about earlier, where you have to be knowledgeable enough in a subject to know that you're not good at it, and that those things never catch each other. I think that we're so ignorant about the dangers of that space travel. They're like, strap me in, baby. What's the worst can happen? And they're like, oh, you don't even want to know the worst thing.
Like, I don't know. I just don't think balls are that uncommon. Katy Perry would do it.
No, she would not.
No, she didn't even go to real space. She went to bullshit space. I saw the graph.
Dude, she went as far as she could.
As far as they let her. Yeah.
Katy Perry has the balls to go to the moon. She would go.
Dude, I was watching.
Know what she's doing. Like here's the problems that I see as an amateur YouTube astronaut.
Okay.
When they send that lander down and it has to like softly touch down on the lunar surface and not damage itself, so because it's going to have to leave again, it can't be crooked. It can't be sitting in a pothole. That place is nothing but craters. It doesn't have any erosion. So every crater that's ever been there is still there since the thing solidified. It has to sit down right. If it falls over and you break down, there is no backup. You are now going to stay here until you suffocate.
How heavy is it?
Zach, pull up the landing module from the 60s. Look at this hunk of shit. And you're telling me we can't make something better? This thing looks ridiculous. We could make something 20 times better.
If that thing tipped over,
I watched a movie
before
about
astronauts in it could tip it back.
Oh, you watched a movie about it?
Yes, it's
my mistake.
That thing is incredibly complicated.
I watched Interstellar. I watched Interstellar the other night, and like part of the propaganda thing was like, him being like, my daughter, you're going to tell her she can't go to college because of this and that. And she's like, well, she's pushing back. And we're trying to tell her that the moon landing was Cold War propaganda. And like just hearing that in a movie, I'm like, this fucking commie.
That's $2.4 billion right there.
That thing looks like a Halloween decoration. We could make something 100 times better than that.
If that thing was tipped over, I could tip it back.
Yeah.
How much? Let's see how much it weighs, and then obviously
not that much gravity on the moon. I'm counting on that.
What does the limb weigh?
Dude, I wouldn't feel safe here if it were shelter on a paintball course. Like this thing.
Zach says it's almost 11,000 pounds.
It's more than that,
but less on the moon.
Yeah, I'm getting the ratio right now.
I believe in you, Woody. You can flip it.
1/6, and the limb weighs 33,000 pounds. So it would weigh 5,050 pounds or something like that.
Not a problem.
Easy work.
Yeah.
It weighs what a car weighs, even on the moon.
Light day for me.
Yeah. I mean, you see the ladder for like scale on the left side, so you can imagine a man.
It's so much bigger than I thought it was. I figured I was like, that flag looks tiny. It must be way in the distance. And then you show me the ladder, and I'm like, fuck.
So they landed that on the moon.
I thought my head came up like 2/3 of
this. What's with the tinfoil? Next time we do this, we can't have tinfoil on there.
That's reflecting radiation and heat away from the people on the inside, I think.
Then why is it only on the bottom part? Either make the whole thing gold or don't have gold on it.
They mix gold.
It's a little gold trim. All right.
It's a little trim. It's a little Trumpy.
Anyway,
dude, imagine how garish our lunar lander would be if Trump was in charge.
Dude,
it'd be made of gold, so it'd make this huge crater. It's so fucking heavy.
I think his sense of style is really bad.
It's really bad. Yes.
I could see it being
what
fun.
Someone with no taste thinks good taste is like.
In short dose, I could see myself having fun at a hotel with that level of garishness, where it's like, oh, this is like novel.
A casino.
But a casino. The idea of living in that environment, though, sounds like it's too much. It's too loud. Everywhere is loud. Even like on my fixtures and stuff, like I prefer chrome to gold.
And it's not a good look to me. Everyone else needs to cut back while he turns the place into gold and installs a ballroom.
Yeah, there's different ways to measure the largest
look it
on
up.
Earth. Like,
dude,
look at the United States.
Saying that if I look it
reserves.
up, you'll be wrong. I'm just saying I've heard Saudi Arabia is the biggest, America is the biggest, Venezuela
Antarctica
is the biggest. Okay, I wouldn't.
Oh, you don't count that continent? That would just slip right off your flat Earth.
It's not a country.
It's not a country at all. So it's up for grabs for the entire international community.
And anything that's up for grabs means America.
Except for the moon, apparently.
Except for the fucking moon, because they can't get their shit together.
You know, the thing about the moon that actually might be vital in the future. So if they ever figure out fusion energy, the best fuel for fusion energy is supposedly this thing called helium-3. It's an isotope of helium, obviously. And it's all over the moon. It's like what the moon's made of.
Is that true? Because that was in that Space Cowboy TV show we both liked.
It's true because they're basing real life science. They're writing it into the show. It basically.
Okay, I didn't even know helium-3 was real. I was they could have called it just unobtainium like they did in Avatar.
No, it's the real world reason why the moon might be a conflict zone for China and the United States, or any economy who has figured out both fusion energy and space travel well enough to go to the moon and get the stuff. It's also what they're getting in the movie Moon with Sam Rockwell. That's what he's sending back. He's sending back helium-3.
Is that the one where he's like, he doesn't realize he's a replicant of some sort?
That's not that one, Woody.
Is that the one where he was dead the whole time?
Don't spurl it.
Don't watch the movie. It's really long and dull. And
me and Taylor love it.
Moon rules. Moon is one of my favorite movies. I love that.
Oh yeah. If I can summarize a 2-hour movie in 20 seconds, it's too long.
I really wait. What is his name? That's not Ed Norton. Sam Rockwell. Sam Rockwell. I always confuse those two. Yeah, Moon rocks. That was one of those movies that the first time I ever watched it, I'm like, this is.
So you know what I mean? Like right now, you could just take 5 minutes from this podcast and be like, he's signaling something. He's got his hand on his chin.
Right.
So look, here's the problem with conspiracy theory.
Okay.
For me. is that it's not that some of it isn't true, but when it's, you know what it's like? It's just like around COVID when everyone was getting canceled. Look, some things people shouldn't say, but if you say it can't be called Mr. Potato Head anymore, now you're absurd, right? So you're not fighting the good fight, you're fighting all the stupid ones, which takes away from the good ones. I feel the same way about the conspiracy theories. Do you know what I mean? Are there very rich people who probably are hiding some shit from us? Yeah. Is everything everyone says fake? No. Come on.
Yeah, and you'll run into people like saying real ones, and it'll be like, oh, there was a lot of seedy actors and conspirators in this JFK thing, crazy. And then like that same person will ruin it by being like, wait till you learn about the Great Dome that we live under. And it's like, see, now you've just taken a real one and you've lessened the impact because you're talking about how there's an ice wall and that beyond the ice wall, there are even more civilizations and continents, which I once looked into because I wanted to know, like, if there was a Middle Earth style lore for these other continents, like what kind
Hollow
of
Earth
people live
theory.
there, what kind of that, and they don't even have that. They don't even, whoever came up with it didn't even backfill the universe, which is lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Tolkien would have done better.
Tolkien would have 100% done better.
By the way, it was the same thing in Hollywood, where it's like, yes, of course, executives and people of power and anybody shouldn't be molesting people. Also,
Ideally.
are you saying that, are you going to die on the hill that straight people can't play the role of gay people? Is that the hill? Are those the two things you're equating to each other? Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's pick the one that matters.
Yeah.